how to give up the past, engage in the present. You know, how was 2013 for you? What kind of a year was it for you? If you know, I kind of tend, I don't wait till New Year's Eve. I kind of take this time when I'm making cookies or German potato salad or something. It's a time that you can kind of go inside your head and say, okay, how was this year? And what did I do well? What did you do well this year? What now?
We had a million things to do here, and I did them all.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I'm going to have to get pins or something. And a neurologist, thank you. So you had a good year. That's what I hear. You know, so many of you, and I'm going to have to get a little pin made for Parkinson Place or something. I think we need to be a club or something. But so many of you, I get so proud of you because you try so hard, and you make it a priority to be your best. You make a commitment. You have the will. You say, you know, my life matters, and I have an opportunity now to do anything and everything, all right, to be my best.
And also good friends were found.
And good friends were found. Yeah, and you know, when I kind of designed Parkinson Place, it's been like a year and a half. We opened in September of 12, and you know, I thought I had in my head what I wanted you to have, you know, the programs, the educational programs, a couple support groups, and I thought this will work, I can make this happen. But really, we really did outshine ourselves when we added the cafe, when we added the holiday celebrations, when I gave you more time just to be together and to be friends, all right? And you know, I don't like you focused on, oh, we're friends because we all have Parkinson's disease, right? We're friends because we're all walking the same path, and we're here together, and we have a time just to be ourselves and to be normal and to love and support each other. So I agree with you. I think that's the social factor that we added onto Parkinson Place, I think is really what made us special. I don't know that anybody is doing what we're doing, and the goal being that I want you to have a place where you can come to be yourself, to have fun, and to be your best. How many of you have really made Parkinson Place a commitment, the programs, the opportunities? I know every one of you. So how has it helped you? I do my mini Sarazones, we're surveying. Socializing, yeah, I think I'm going to redo a survey. Socializing is important for you. Motivation. Motivation is very, very important, because you all know that with this disease, it's very easy. It's so easy to be happy at home. I want you happy at home, all right? But I don't want your belly up in the recliner, you know, in your gray shabby bathrobe and your clicker. That is not a life. In 14, I'm making house calls, checking all you women. You'll see one woman with a gray shabby bathrobe out the door. Purple and magenta and red, right? Color perks. Okay. What was I talking about? Motivation is huge. What is motivation?
The urge to move when you don't feel like it.
Yeah, the urge to move when you don't feel like it.
It's not easy.
It ain't easy. But it's more than that. Motivation is the action. In other words, they call me a motivational speaker because I can talk you just about in or out of anything. Somebody said to me once, is there anything you can't sell? And I said, probably not.
The Avon lady.
Yeah, I think I'm missing my calling. But I can talk to you. I can tell you why. I can say, this is going to help you. Please do it. Please eat the bagel, not the croissant. Please walk around the block instead of rolling up in bed. But your motivation is your will to do it. I can talk to you from now till the cows come home. But if you are made and motivated, you will do it. You will get up when it's easier to stay in bed. And I want to tell you, I was cold this morning. And if I didn't love you so much, I'd still be back there in my house under my little satin quilt. I mean, I was really tempted to just call and calling
Calling cold.
One of my funniest sayings is I use up all my sick days, so I'm calling in dead. I used to say that, you know, when I worked for Memorial, I'd call whoever I worked with, and it's, I use up all my sick day, I'm calling it dead. You're not going to see me for a couple of days. Okay, but that's kind of the thing, okay? Isn't that funny? Okay, but the will to do it, the will to get up every morning and say, you know what, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great life. You know? I was thinking this driving in the car, you and I are living a lifetime with Parkinson's, aren't we? It's my latest. Like it? We're living a lifetime with Parkinson's, because the one thing with it is we can't divorce it, right? We can't walk away from it. I can't put it on the shelf and say, okay, I'm going to give you a couple days off, take a holiday. You can cruise with me and we'll leave the Parkinson's at home. Can't do that, can we?
No.
We can't do this. This is part of our life. It is not your whole life. You with me so far? I don't want you to focus on, I am a person with Parkinson's. I want you to focus on, I am a person. I am a terrific person who has a great life and great family and great friends and great opportunities. I just happen to have Parkinson's. Right? What's my favorite saying? You all know it. What's Marilyn's tagline? You have Parkinson's. Parkinson's does not have you. That's what you got to wrap your head around. But focus on the fact of you as a person and you as your life and you as your hopes and your dreams and your future. And find a way to live with it. You know, it's nothing more than a relationship. Life is all about relationships. Am I right? And I figured this out a long time ago, because I have a lot of relationships, right? And for me, a relationship is as good as it makes you feel. You agree with me? You ever thought about that? Who said I liked it? Yeah, it's our original. All right. A relationship is as good as it makes you feel. Your relationship with your husband or your wife, how's it make you feel? I'm talking on a good day now. I mean, stay with me, positive. No one knows better than me. There's a very fine line between love and hate, right? I love you, but I'm so tired of looking at your face. You call my name one more time, I'm going to scream. Right? I love you, but. All right? How's the relationship with your loved one, your primary caregiver, make you feel? I'd like to hear some nice answers.
Rich.
Huh?
Rich.
Rich in what way?
In life.
Rich in life. That's a beautiful word.
That is.
Rich in life. Everybody thinks rich means material things or
We don't have that in life
monies.
anymore.
Okay. Rich. The word rich means you have. What does the word rich mean? Having more than you need. Isn't that a nice word? How many of you have more love than you need?
No.
Katie's waving her hand.
I can only.
Come on. We all do.
I haven't told my husband, but that's how I feel.
Oh, that's lovely. Did you hear that, Joe? Joe, are you awake? Okay.
How bad?
Stay with me, Jerry.
Katie never has a problem. Jerry's sleeping.
She feels rich, all right? How does the relationship with your disease make you feel? You have a relationship with the disease, all right? The disease is real. We all know what it is. The best thing that you can do is be smarter than your disease. The more you know, the better you're going to be. Am I right with that?
Yes.
That's why I teach. That's why I sit up here on my little perch. All right? It's why I give you educational conferences. You cannot deal with something you don't understand or know about. You have to know what's going on with you physically, emotionally, mentally, and socially, so that you can deal with it, so that you can live with it, so you can stand up and live well. I don't want you existing. I want you to live well, because we are sensational seniors, right? Except for one or two of you in here, I will excuse.
What do you
But
mean by seniors.
What's the break off for, what is it? 65?
Over 50. 50 is ARP.
50 is ARP. I threw those darn invitations away for 10 years. I say, wrong address, and I throw it in the trash can. I did that for 10, and then I kind of,
You know, I had an epiphany. I came out of cleaning some room down hall. I said to him, do you know what's a scary thought? Both of my kids are old enough for AARP.
I know, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
We're there.
But we're there.
We're there.
You have one at 50? Yeah, I've got one.
You wonder who's counting.
Yeah, well, Mike is about ready. He's going over that hurdle next year, so I'm gonna have to brace myself and get ready for a big celebration. I personally am thrilled. I don't know how you feel as if you're a mother or a grandmother, you know, I'm tickled pink that I live to see my kids to grow, and we're on the right side of the grass. I used to call my daddy. I said, how you doing today, Daddy? He said, I'm doing great, sweetheart. I'm on the right side of the grass. Done. And then the conversation just went from there, right? You're alive, all right? You're well, all right? You're not stuck in a recliner. You have opportunities. You have friendship. You have your health. Did you know that?
Yep.
Please pay attention that you have your health. You have Parkinson's, but you have your health as sensational seniors. The bottom line is, how has it changed you? What has it taken from you? I want you to give up the past. I want you to focus right here in this minute, in this day. This is the only way that you're going to live well with Parkinson's, is to live with me in the minute, to live with yourself in the minute, to live with your loved one in the minute, to live with your Parkinson agenda in the minute, okay? This is all you have. It's your only guarantee. For anybody, right, tomorrow's nothing but a guess. Am I right?
Yep.
Right.
Tomorrow is nothing but a guess.
Yeah.
The past is gone. It was great. Take from it what makes you happy, the happy memories. I don't want anybody living back there saying, oh, if I hadn't got Parkinson's, I would have been like I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. That's a very unhealthy attitude. I don't want you there. I want you here, looking in the mirror and loving yourself and respecting yourself and understanding yourself, okay, and realizing I'm the same great person that I was 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago. So you're not that person anymore, you're this person. Now what can you do to make this person the best that you can make this person? And that you own. You got that?
Yeah.
Your loved one, and I've never seen such great caregivers in any other diagnosis in my career than Parkinson's. You know, you love each other, you promote each other, you stick together, all right? It is not your loved one, it's not your caregiver's responsibility to make you great. And I mean great, not mediocre. Does that mean I want you dancing the jig? Not necessarily. Does it mean you can't drive me to dinner? It doesn't mean that either. It means your ability to be the best that you can be. How many of you feel that you are? I know exactly who you are. You can raise your hand because from up here I know who's lying. I can see forever. Okay? You own your life. It's the most precious thing you've got. All right? And I'm one of these believers that I take ownership in my life, in my decisions. You know, life is nothing more than a series of choices. That's all it is. Series of choices. Do I get up? Do I get dressed? Do I eat a healthy breakfast? Or do I lay in bed till 11 o'clock and eat a jelly donut? Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Now, I'm not talking about Sunday day off. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about your lifestyle, right? The big difference. We all indulge that. But the choice of, what do I do when I wake up? The main choice that you have when you wake up every day is, how do I think? Your ability to set your disposition is huge. You have the choice to be positive or negative. Am I right?
Right.
You have the choice to be nice or nasty.
Right.
You know, it's real easy to be nasty. It takes a lot of effort to be kind.
Right.
It takes a lot of effort to be motivating and nurturing and loving. Anybody can snap your face off. Takes you 3 seconds. You don't want to do it, okay, just sit there. Sit there till next Tuesday, I don't care. I'm going to the beach. What? What happened?
He's practicing being nasty.
Oh, the face, yeah, right. I don't want anybody nasty, you know? What's the role of a caregiver? What's the number one mission of a caregiver? This is my rule now, you better know it. You need to go into 14, knowing what is the number one goal of a caregiver.
Take care of yourself.
And take care of someone that you love.
No?
Take care of yourself.
Positive attitude is your coping tool. What's your goal? You gotta be kidding me. I've been saying this over and over and over. Once a week. How many weeks in a year? 52 times I've told you this. I see her yelling at him. And nobody knows the primary goal of a caregiver?
To keep them.
Huh?
Motivate.
To maintain the self-respect and dignity of your loved one. You put that in your head and you hold on to it. To maintain the self-respect and dignity of your loved one. It is not to drive the car. It is not to cut the meat. It is not to button the buttons. It is not. Everything that you do and say as a loved one is to help your loved one who's living with Parkinson to feel positive and dignified with the esteem that they need to stand tall with this disease. Self-confidence. Any disease, any disability, you can have a person with an esteem level of a 10, and you can give them any disease or disability, and you can drop it to a 2, 3, 4 on a good day. You can't help it. Because it's like, this has happened to me, I have to live with this, it has changed everything, I'm out of control. Okay, your role, my role, is keep them up. And that, from a caregiver, is your number one mission. You're not in it to make them feel worse, right? I hope. You're in it to get them to stand up and to be motivated and to be empowered. Now that takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot easier for you to do it for them.
That's why I'm sleeping back here.
Okay. I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. All right? It takes a lot of energy to promote someone else, to encourage someone else, to say, okay, here's all your stuff, you get dressed, if you need help, give me a call, right? It takes a lot of energy to do everything twice. You know, you're having to do everything twice in half the time. Your caregiver sometimes. It's all right. You have to take on things that your loved one might not be able to do anymore, either physically or dexterity or mentally or whatever reason. So what? You do it. You do it.
Yeah.
All right? But your goal is to make them not feel childlike, but to make them feel proud and comfortable and confident as the person that they are this day. That is your role. Yeah, there you go. Want to give the lecture? Yeah, come on, baby, get on up there. And that's what I do. The easiest way to do it is, you know, for anybody. You know, it's for anybody. I think the greatest quality in any human being, other than humility is my favorite quality, and the best quality in any human being is to be humble. But the second thing is the one thing that you can't teach, and that is empathy. The one word, empathy. You either have it or you don't have it. And what does it mean?
Empathy? Putting yourself in the other person.
Putting yourself in your other person's space or life. And I say, you know, get behind their eyes. What are they feeling? What are they realizing? What has this done to their life? What are their challenges this day? Because you cannot help someone, you cannot love someone unless you understand what they are feeling. And life is all about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how you are, it matters how you feel. Am I right? You know, you can have people that are very, very sick, very, very disabled, but they're just doing fine because they feel fine. Because they've embraced it in their head, and because they have someone in their life keeping them up and keeping them strong. You get that? So to be able to, and caregivers, because sometimes it's difficult, caregiving is difficult, it can be very frustrating, it can be very tiring, it can be very consuming. It's the only time I ever use the word consumption is when I talk about a caregiver. You can have your life consumed by the role of a caregiver. It happens very easily, all right? I don't want you to let it, but it can happen, all right? But if you get to those moments in life, you just simply step back and take a deep, deep breath and say, oh my goodness, what is my loved one feeling today? How's this making them feel when today they can't do the buttons? How do they feel when they want so much to go somewhere, but they're having an off day, right? Because that'll put you on that plane, and that'll give you a sense of kindness and a sense of patience, okay? You gotta go slow. Write that down. To Parkinson patients. You gotta go slow. You have to have patience. Don't write that, that's a play on words. Okay? But you have lost things. What are some things that you have lost? What are some things that Parkinson's has taken away from you that you have to let go? Like what?
Driving.
Driving is the big one. We all hate it. You all love to drive. It's a sense of independence.
Yeah.
It's a sense of impulsivity. It's impulsivity. Uh-oh, the sail's on. I'm going. Those of us that don't have Parkinson's disease, grab the keys, in the car, over to where, back again, you're done, right? For folks with Parkinson's disease, it takes some energy and time to get dressed, get somebody to drive them, energy to get in the car. So by the time they're ready to do it, they're too tired to do it, and they've lost the impulsivity. This is where your apathy kicks in, right? It's so much easier, Mar. This recliner is so comfortable. Yeah, I'm up and dressed. I'm doing good. Not good enough, okay? If you can't drive any more safely, put the keys down. If you feel better carrying your wallet, go on. How many of you have given up your driver's license still carrying your wallet? Absolutely. You all need a photo ID on you anyway, right? Carry that wallet. Just leave the keys wherever the keys are, okay? This is your conscious decision to do what's right. And that builds esteem, doesn't it? You say to me, Marilyn, and with Parkinson's disease, between your reflexes, your freezing, your hearing, your vision, all of it kaput. And the fatigue, Barry said fatigue. You get tired. The other thing too is when you get tired, you nod off the corner of Bee Ridge and Beneva. Right? So you can't try to find another way. You got good people in your life that will give you a hand. Okay? No excuses with the car keys. What else have you lost? Everything you used to do. Pete's sitting over there, and he used to do a lot of hiking, camping, skiing, snorkeling. And the list goes on. He's sitting over there smiling at me. I'll feed a new project. Watch me. Okay? But is he sitting there, Mr. Doom and Gloom?
No.
Is he crying in his beer?
No, where's the beer? Down.
I'll see what I can do. We're a very liberal chairman. Okay.
Wait to go snorkeling on a cruise. That's a.
So he can't snorkel, but he's going to go on a cruise and he's going to snorkel the caravan. That's going to be fun for you and Pete.
That's going to be great.
But he's gracious enough to say, okay, I can't do this anymore, but I can do this. I'm going to find other things that I can do to make me happy. Okay? So many times with disease, because Parkinson's disease, it affects your muscles. And even when we get you with the best medical management, and this is so important for me to hand you with a neurologist that knows what he's doing with his disease, because the littlest change in your medication or your diagnosis can make the biggest difference. You got me? Dr. Madden, I'm so proud of him. He takes so much time, so much effort to know you, to know your family, to know what's going on with you on all areas of your life. Lee is your activist with me. We've also got Juan Sanchez Ramos, who is brilliant, and for more complex cases, we get you to see Juan. But if you don't have the medical management, you're not going to be running up here. The goal is to keep you running up here consistently, physically, with your medical management, with your taking your meds on time. No excuses. If you can't remember to take your meds on time, you look at your loved one and say, please remind me. Okay? The meds have got to go in your mouth at the right time. No excuses. I don't care. Bells, whistles, sirens, I don't care what. Or just here, take it, darling. All right? Got that? Mentally, we're going to do everything we can to keep your cognition going. You have to watch with this disease. You are going to deal with, sometimes we lose some of our memory. And that's no fun, is it? We want to remember. It makes it a little bit harder to get through the day. Right? We can get you through that as well. There's medications, there's things you can do to keep your mind going. One of the greatest things you can is engage in life and engage in people. Okay? This is a stimulating thing for you that's going to keep you from being a blob. Okay, but you want to keep your mind going, right? If you can read, read. If you can research the internet, research the internet. If you can watch intelligent shows on the television, if you can find one, let me know.
Yeah, really.
Let me know. All right? Communication is a huge way to stay alert. Keep talking. Because for you to communicate, you got to think.
Yeah.
All right? Your cognition. Sometimes your cognition, you can lose a little cognition. Your frontal lobe, okay? It's okay. If you need help getting through the process, if you need help doing a 3-step command, you just ask for help. Ask for help is huge. You understand me? You caregiver for both patient and caregiver. If you're a Parkinsonian and you're struggling and you're frustrated, you just reach out and say, I'm having a hard time right now. Could you give me a hand, please? I'd rather you do that than struggle and frustrate, and stress and anxiety yourself when it can be fixed in a minute. Okay? My caregivers, if you need help with the role and responsibility of your caregiving life, you reach out. And you bring in the services, you bring in the help, you bring in friends to sit, adult sitters or whatever. We can teach you. We're going to be doing more on that, okay? But ask for help. So cognition is huge. You might lose a little bit of that, all right? Sociability, we got that covered, right? We've got it covered. You can come here, right, Carol? Okay, so in all the different aspects of your life, you might have lost a couple things. That's okay. You're going to find other things to do. You're going to be proactive. You're going to do everything in your life to keep yourself the highest possible level. Because with this disease, just like with any challenge in life, you face it standing up. Am I right?
Right.
Do you face life on your emotional knees? When you're like lower than a snake's belly, I call it. You can't. And what happens is, what we all try to do, and what you need to try for yourself, is to keep yourself standing tall, empowered, confident, under control. Because that way, when you face the little challenges and the big challenges that cross your path every single day, you're standing up strong and confident. You see them coming. That's the other thing. Mm-hmm. You see them coming. Okay? So that's the goal, to stand tall, to keep yourself here. Once you start getting on shaky ground, slippery slope, I call it. Sometimes when I get a little tired and I start stressing a little bit, I'm like, I'm on a slippery slope. You better hold on, better get to higher ground, Think it through if you start stressing too much. Because the goal for you physically and emotionally and mentally is this. But if you're taking your meds on time, if you're on your right medication, if you're exercising, if you're eating, if you're managing your stress, if you're doing the things you love to do, if you're coming in here socializing, you're going to be doing this, gang. Peace and balance. Am I right?
Right.
And when you start going like this, and then all of a sudden you're crashing, you need to tell somebody. you need to tell somebody. Okay? Give up the past, it's gone. Remember your happy memories, the happy people that made you happy, the happy trips, the happy days, whatever. Run them past your brain every once in a while. Focus right here. What have I got today? What have you got today? What makes today so great?
Sam, when you're here,
Salami?
ham and cheese. for the
Did you have
Jewish
ham and
girl.
cheese? But the success is not in starting, but in finishing. You know, we can start, I can start something every 5 minutes. I got a long list of stuff I could start. But when I say it's finished, I can check it off, and that's your accomplishment. That's doing
Yeah.
something not only that you like to do, that you're good at doing, but then you gave something very nice
Yes.
to your husband. So you have a sense of esteem, and it made you feel good. So that brought your own thing up. And that's a good point. Don't look to everybody else in your life to make you feel good, to give you confidence and esteem. You know, you're not going to get it. If you're waiting for everybody in your life to say, I love you so much, I appreciate you, I understand you, I respect you, blah, blah, it ain't going to happen. You're going to grow old with none of that stuff. So you love yourself, you respect yourself, you build yourself, okay? Because nobody's going to do it but you. So that is very, very good. A sense of accomplishment is huge.
It's huge.
Okay, so live in today. Focus on what I've got, not what I have lost. I say to myself, if I don't have it, I don't need it. Am I right? And I'm just doing fine. If I don't have it, I don't need it. And all the that I got, it's more like, what's in a material thing, right? What really matters? Your relationships, right? What people think of you when you finally decide to conk out, what would people say about you? All right, and that is your contribution to the people in your life. All right, hope for the future. How many of you have hope for the future? How many of you are looking forward to tomorrow? Go, Lisa. Yeah. I hope so. I hope so. Hope for the future. What is hope?
Staying,
I had hope at the Oslo last week.
staying up.
I hope they all stay standing. Boy, did y'all make me proud.
Something you
The
can't
greatest
see,
moment,
but
what's my word? Kvel. I'm learning Yiddish. I always called it, because I was like a proud mother on the front row, and I was crying and
not seeing.
cheering and screaming. And I was so proud. And Celia taught me the word Kvel, and then I couldn't remember it when I got home. I was going to call her up. I thought she'd kill me. Hope for the future. What does that mean, hope for the future?
It's
gonna be better tomorrow.
Anticipation that good things are coming.
Yeah.
Better things, good things, happy things, positive things.
Encouragement.
Encouragement. It's the good stuff. It's important to have goals. Because if you don't have goals, you're drifting.
Yeah, but they need to be realistic.
You got that right. They need to be attainable. They need to be reachable. They need to be within the scope of what you are able to do. It's like me sitting here saying, my goal is to be a prima ballerina. So we're hoping for the future. You're going to hold on to what you've got. Physically, mentally, emotionally, every single positive way. You're going to play the positive note. You're going to make good choices. I'm going to wake up happy. I'm going to wake up determined. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to love my caregiver. I'm going to love my loved one, okay? I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to do what I do best. All right? Dance, make cheesecake, make Connie cookies, put trains up. I don't care what you're doing.